Hello students, now we are going to continue the primary sector lesson, and this video is on lesson number 6, that is food security, and you will find this lesson in your book on page number 94. And I would suggest that while you watch this video, you also open your books and simultaneously go through what is in the book. Okay, so let's get into the lesson. This is food security, like you can see in the video, and now we are going to see what is food security. So basically, according to Food and Agriculture Organization, this is an organization, FAO, food security is defined as ensuring that all people at all times have both physical and economical access to basic food they need. So according to FAO, food security means to make sure that every person every time has food. Okay, they have access to food, whether it is physical access, that they have to go to a certain place and bring the food, or it is about economical access, which means they have enough money to buy food. Okay, so this is food security. It means to ensure that all people at all times have both physical and economical access to basic food they need. Now we are going to see some elements of food security, and the elements of food security are on your screen. That means availability of food, accessibility of food, and utilization of food. These are the three elements of food security. Now availability of food is of course the first element, and basically food security involves the physical availability of quality food to the entire population of the country. So every single person of our country will physically get food. Okay, that means it should be provided on a continuous basis. That means food should be provided on a continuous basis at affordable prices. The next one is accessibility of food. That means people must have enough purchasing power so that they can easily acquire or get food that they need. Okay, that means food should be made available to people at very reasonable and affordable prices. Next is utilization of food. That means the consumed food must have a positive and nutritional impact on the people. So even if basically the motive is that of food security, the motive of food security is that number one, people should get food. Okay, number two, it should be available to accessible at reasonable and affordable prices, and number three, whatever food the people are eating should have a very positive impact on the body of the people. That means a very hygienic cooking should be there, proper sanitation and feeding practices should be there. The food should be such that health should be kept in mind, that the health of the people should improve. Nutritional benefits should be going into the body of the people. Okay, so these are the elements of food security. Now we are going to see about Food Corporation of India. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Food Corporation of India. Basically, Food Corporation of India is simply known as FCI. Okay, and this was run by the government of India. It was also created by the government of India. In Hindi, it is called Bharatiya Khadya Nigam. Okay, in English it's called Food Corporation of India, FCI. Okay, so the only motive of this organization and creation of this organization is to ensure or to make sure that food is provided to all the people in the nation. That means no one should be hungry in the country. Okay, so basically FCI was set up on 14 January 1965. Okay, and the headquarters were in Chennai. Then later on the headquarters were shifted to Delhi. Okay, and there were some very important objectives that were made sure should be fulfilled. There were some aims of FCI that we are going to see here. The aims of FCI are: number one, to provide farmers remunerative prices. Okay, next is number two is to make food grains available at reasonable prices, particularly to vulnerable section of the society. Okay, that means first thing that we saw, farmers farmers should get a proper remuneration. That means farmers should get a good amount of money for whatever they are selling into the market. And number two that we just saw is that reasonable prices should be the prices that people, so that people can afford, afford buying food grains, especially the weaker or the vulnerable section of the society. Number three objective is to maintain buffer stocks as measure of food security. That means there should be proper storage facility. Okay, storage facility should also be there in order to maintain the foods properly and everything. Next is to intervene in market for price stabilization. So the other objective is to get into the market and then work effectively, sell the commodities, okay, and for the purpose of price stabilization. That means to have a standard price of everything. Okay, next is the functions. Okay, there are some functions that FCI runs for. There are some works that FCI does. Number one is it entirely focuses on supporting the farmers in providing the food grains. Okay, it is helping the farmers to provide them with food grains and basically to the population of our country in a very efficient manner. Every day they have to provide it, today as well as tomorrow. That means every day they have to provide with food grains to the large number of people in our country, and this should be done very, very efficiently. Okay, next function is that food is the basic need which constitutes the requirement of the human being. That means another thing is that human beings are needed for the proper constitution of the food. Okay, that is the basic need. Okay, so food is actually the basic need, and this has to be, for this the requirement is human beings. So human beings are to be made available for the purpose of getting or receiving food. Next is it comes under the Food Corporation of India functions to preserve and store the large quantity of food grains and spreading it over the large and vast areas. That means proper facility of storage should be done. Okay, food, see, agricultural products, that means all the food grains are perishable, and because they are perishable, there has to be proper facility of preserving them, and to preserve them a proper storage has to be made. So this is what the FCI is also doing, to preserve and store the large quantity of food grains and to then send it to the entire country. And the last function that we see is to arrange the transport facilities. You have to provide with transport facilities so that agricultural seeds are produced, manures and fertilizers can be sent from warehouses, can be brought from warehouses. So a lot of transport and communication facilities also needed, which FCI is also doing. Okay, so these are the four important functions of FCI. There are other functions also, like provision of food grains to consumers at reasonable prices. Then also to safeguard the interest of the farmers. That means farmers should be protected, their rights should be protected, they should not be exploited. So these are some important things. Proper distribution of food grains should be done in the entire country. So these are some important functions that FCI does. Now students, this is a very small lesson and I hope you have understood. It's very simple to understand. You can also read it in your books. You will find it even more easy to see the video as well as study it from your books. I hope you all have understood. All the best, students.